Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're analyzing, well, just one source. But it's a really potent one. The lyrics to the song Already Perfect by Alison McLean.
Yeah, it might seem simple, just song lyrics, but there's a surprisingly structured argument packed in there.
Exactly. So our mission today is pretty focused. Pull out the core ideas, the sort of philosophical nuggets, especially looking at this tension the song sets up between, our natural state and how we humans tend to interfere or filter things.
And it starts right away, doesn't it? The title itself, Already Perfect.
Right. That's the central puzzle. If you just accept that premise, something is already perfect. What does that really imply about us? About effort, identity?
It completely turns things on their head. It suggests perfection. Isn't this goal out there we have to strive for?
Yeah, it's something we just
Yeah,
have from the start. It's kind of an anti-achievement anthem, in a way.
it really is. And what I find fascinating is how the lyrics are laid out. It feels almost like a structured argument.
So
Well, you get the core thesis right up front in the chorus. Then the verses, they seem to explain the how and why of the disruption.
Right.
And then the bridge hammers home this like constant instruction, the thing we need to do or not do to stay aligned with that perfection.
Got it. Okay, so let's dig into that core thesis then, this idea of inherent perfection.
Mhm.
The chorus kicks off with, we don't have to play a certain way.
Right there, that's a flat out rejection of, well, everything external, isn't it? Social pressure, expectations, scripts.
Yeah, any kind of pre-written role, it just says, nope, don't have to do that.
But it doesn't just leave it there. It gives the alternative, the condition for freedom.
Which is,
When it can flow naturally. That's the key. It's not about doing something specific. It's about allowing this natural flow.
allowing. That makes me think of, concepts like Wu Wei in Taoism, effortless action, or Stoics living according to nature.
Exactly. It echoes those deeper ideas. The ideal state here seems to require, well, no friction, just letting it be.
Okay, so if the natural state is perfect, frictionless, where does the problem start? Because obviously things do get complicated.
And the song points the finger directly at us. It says, our interference affects that which is already perfect.
Effects, that's specific, not effects, but effects. Like our interference creates an effect, it changes the perfect thing.
Precisely. It's our action, our meddling, that actively disrupts or even damages that existing perfection. The perfection itself is just there, waiting.
Our attempts to manage it or fix it or improve it, that's the problem according to this.
That's the disruptive force. Our effort in this context is negative.
But hang on, does that mean any action is interference? I mean, you have to do some things in life, right?
No,
Is it all effort or is it the reason behind the effort?
that's a really good question. I think the text focuses specifically on the motive of modification when the starting point is already perfect.
So if you buy into the already perfect premise,
Right. If you accept that, then any change you try to make because you feel inadequate or you're worried about what others think, that's the interference. It's effort that actually subtracts value rather than adding it.
okay, that makes sense. And this connects to that repeating line in the bridge.
The constant instruction. Never filter that which is already perfect.
Yeah, it's absolute, no exceptions allowed. It's like the song's guiding principle.
It really anchors the whole thing. If the chorus offers the promise of perfection, the bridge is like the discipline needed to maintain it.
It suggests the default human tendency is towards filtering, right? Towards messing with things.
I think so, yeah. The challenge presented here is to consciously resist that urge, to just stop.
Okay, so the failure is filtering. Now, the verses get practical. They tell us how we do this filtering
Yes, they specify where it happens. We run our own filters in presentation.
in presentation. So this isn't just internal self-talk. This is about how we show up to the world, how we appear to others.
Exactly. It puts it squarely in the social arena. The filtering happens when we're conscious of being seen, when we're performing for an audience, essentially.
So the problem isn't necessarily just feeling insecure, but the actions we take to hide that insecurity from others.
That seems to be the focus. We're actively curating ourselves, editing the perfect thing we supposedly are because we're putting on a show.
Which brings us to the big question. Why? Why do we bother? What's the motivation behind running these filters?
And the lyrics give us two pretty clear psychological drivers.
What are they?
Well, first we filter to feel good. That's the internal piece. Adjusting things, tweaking our presentation so we minimize feeling vulnerable or insecure.
Like a quick fix for discomfort, masking the real self for a temporary mood boost.
Kind of, yeah. An artificial comfort. And the second reason.
Ah, the social one, filtering to fit in.
Bingo! That drive for acceptance, for belonging. We consciously or maybe subconsciously edit ourselves, our personality, opinions, how we look, just to blend in with whatever group we want to be part of.
Wow. So to feel good internally and to fit in externally, those are powerful motivators.
They really are, and you see it everywhere, right? Think about like work culture sometimes, presenting this perfect image of competence even when you're struggling.
Or just look at social media, the ultimate running filters and presentation.
Absolutely. We're constantly editing, curating, not necessarily because the underlying reality is bad, but because we're afraid of how the raw, unfiltered version will be judged.
That distinction, feeling good versus fitting in, really captures a lot of modern anxiety, doesn't it? We're doing the editing for comfort and conformity.
And crucially, the song argues this comes at a cost. There's a direct consequence to running these filters. It says, we expand the link of distancing ourselves.
Expand the link. That's striking language. It's not just creating distance, it's making the gap wider.
Yeah, it suggests it's an ongoing process. Every time we filter, every time we choose comfort or conformity over authenticity, we're like adding another section to that bridge away from our true self.
Building a longer and longer path away from our own core.
That's it exactly. The separation grows. It ties back to that idea of negative effort. The more work you put into the filtered performance, the further you actually travel from that starting point of perfection.
And what are we distancing ourselves from? What is that core?
The lyrics call it our natural beat.
Natural beat. I like that. It sounds so intrinsic, like an internal rhythm, unique to each person.
Yeah, your own tempo, your core identity, maybe your intuition. That's the source, the text implies, of the already perfect state.
So when we interfere, when we filter, we're disrupting our own rhythm. We start marching to someone else's beat, or maybe just the beat of the filter itself.
Precisely. You lose touch with your own internal timing.
Okay, but the song doesn't just leave us lost, right? It offers a positive goal, too.
It does. It contrasts that expanding distance with the aim of maintaining our direct link to our organic beat.
Organic beat. So natural beat, organic beat, same idea.
Seems so. Synonymous. They both point to that true, inherent rhythm that the filtering covers up. The whole point seems to be recognizing that perfection is internal.
And the only real task is staying connected to it, not seeking external approval or trying to fix ourselves.
Exactly. No external validation needed, no internal modification required. Just maintain the link.
So it becomes less about achieving something and more about self-maintenance, like defending that authentic core against the pressure to perform.
Yeah, refusing to play the game, rejecting that impulse to self-justify through presentation.
And the song really hammers this home by repeating the chorus and that never filter line, right? Especially towards the end.
That repetition reinforces the core message. Interference is always a step away from that natural flow, that perfection.
The big takeaway seems to be that our main source of unhappiness or distance isn't some fundamental flaw in us.
But rather, the choice we make to present an edited version of ourselves. We sacrifice our own inherent perfection just to manage appearances or soothe anxieties.
Wow. Okay, so this text really gives us a stark choice, doesn't it? Either embrace this natural, unfiltered state,
or keep running the filters, keep interfering for comfort and conformity, and accept that widening gap, that distance from yourself. It's a pretty radical call for authenticity.
It really is.
And that kind of leads us to the final thought, something for you, the listener, to maybe chew on.
Good.
If we take this argument seriously, that your truest self, your unique organic beat, is genuinely already perfect,
Yeah.
then what habit, what anxiety, what specific presentation filter are you currently running? Maybe just to feel good or to fit in. And what might happen to that expanded link of distance if you just decided to stop running that particular program? What changes if you just stop filtering?